Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked. Brad and I are doing our top 5 IP games, which, if you're not familiar with the term IP, that stands for intellectual property. So essentially, board games that are that take a intellectual property from another company or another studio, and they have made it into a board game. Now, there are actually quite a lot of these that are done, and they typically do very, very well in terms of crowdfunding or people who just end up buying them. I am certainly in the minority for these types of games because I don't know, either it's not going to do the IP justice, or if it's like, oh, it's pretty much like the video game. Why would I, why would I play the board game over the video game or things like that? But this could be based off of movies. They could be based off of comics. It is uh, really like a wide variety of stuff. So, funny enough, a lot of mine are pulled from video games. Um,
Mine are
which
movies, books, video games, TV
yeah,
series. It's kind of a mix of.
yeah. So we got 5 here. But yeah, I mean, I how did you rank yours? Just based off which one you like better?
Um, I think the way, yeah, I guess kind of a little bit. I mean, these are, I like all these games. It was
I
just
do
ones
too,
that,
yeah.
it was just ones, some of them did the stuff more than others, like
Yeah.
hit the IP a little better than others. But
That's kind of what I picked was how well it implements the IP as well as kind of, how good it differentiates itself from what it's following.
mhm.
So, all right. Well, without further ado, let's jump into the honorable mention, which is my number 6, which as a game itself, I actually like more than the ones above it. And it takes the IP and gets really creative with it. And it's a world that I absolutely love to be in. It is from based off my favorite movies of all time, and that is boom, War of the Ring. So obviously, this is pulling from The Lord of the Rings, which is just the best movie series of all time. And kind of does a really cool what if scenario with it. It doesn't like follow the beats of the story. It kind of takes, I mean, still the elements of the free peoples are fighting the wars in various regions as well as the fellowship trying to make it to Mount Doom. But there's a lot of different elements that can change based off the way that the players want to play. Uh like the wow, that is a really
That's the
nice
fancy version, isn't it?
yeah, no,
No, it's
no,
just
that's
upgrade.
someone's homemade copy because that board does not look that is sexy. Um, but like you could take the Balrog out of Moria, you could have Saruman go off and fight the dwarves. Like you could do really whatever you want if you just feel like making it, uh I mean that probably wouldn't be the most optimal way to play, but you can do that. The different factions that are on both sides just play a part the entire time. It is a constant struggle of the shadow player trying to corrupt Frodo and the Fellowship as the Fellowship slowly breaks apart and those people go to different regions of the land to help out in the war efforts. And then you also have just the overall war, which is where a majority of the game is done. It, the reason why it's my honorable mention is just because while it does clearly sing Lord of the Rings, like it's so much Lord of the Rings, it is kind of a what if scenario. Um, which is still awesome, but I kind of think that these other games hit the IP a little bit harder. Because theoretically you could just not have Lord of the Rings on this game and it would still be a good game.
Right.
But the fact that it is Lord of the Rings just really makes it awesome. I have not tried the card game. I don't really think it would be that interesting, or like a replacement for this. Um, just because it almost is like designed as a 4-player game, the card game was, whereas this is a 2-player game. It
Which did they?
is.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say with the card game, they came out with an expansion a year or so ago that made it cooperative, fully cooperative slash
I
solo.
Yes, I think I remember that, like hearing about that. But I have everything for this. I have come so close to pulling the trigger on the anniversary edition, but I just don't want to drop that amount of money. I'm perfectly fine with my copy. So that's my number six, War of the Ring.
Good choice. Still haven't played it. All right. My number six is a game. It's an old out of print classic. Came out in 2011. It was a fantasy. It was when Fantasy Flight used to make board games. Um, and this one is based on a video game that and copies of it are pretty well sought after right now. But I really enjoy this game. It you get the feeling of the video game from it, and that is that's a
Oh,
interesting cover, or it's a German or Polish.
looks Polish?
Yeah. So anyway, Gears of War, the board game. This one I owned back before it was out of print. Um, and then it went out of print and back, so I sold it to make money, and then I rebought it a while back. Um, sells for a pretty penny, but especially the little mission packs and stuff that you can get. But
God, Fantasy
uh,
Flight really was doing
I
like it
know,
was a Wild West back then. Now they
yeah,
make three games.
right. But this one is a really cool game. You're going through the missions, several missions that you would recognize from like the first two video games. Um, but you are using your normal cast of characters. You're taking on the locust hordes as they come through, doing different things for the missions. Um, and you have all your weapons that have ammo counters on them, and you get to do their stuff. You can roadie run in this, which
Roadie run, like
you
whenever they're like hunkering
yeah,
down,
yeah,
and
they call that roadie run.
I
So
did
that
not
that's
know that. That's so funny.
yeah. It's got your dice. It has elevation on it too. So it's like there's different things if you're in elevation. Um, what I did with my copy of this initially, the first one that I sold, and I haven't been able to get it back, was there was a Gears of War series of hero clicks, like the pre-painted hero
Okay.
clicks miniatures, and it happened to have most of the ones that were in this game. So I like bought all the hero clicks to replace in these. I made them nice and colorful, nice and neat looking, and everything. But
Nice.
then I haven't been able to get them back because nobody has them or selling them or anything. But so this is what mine looks like. But um, but having all the missions and stuff, they're very drastic. This is a very difficult game. You're going through and doing different things, but you have that old Fantasy Flight quality that they used to do with stuff, um, and it it really does get a good job of feeling like the video game. I mean, you can go up and chainsaw people with your gun. You can throw your grenades, do all kinds of cool stuff. But and it's asymmetric, obviously, because you pick a character, so you're going to be running with you know the normal ones that you would have in those games. And then
Nice.
the mission packs and stuff just add more missions. Or I think there's a character pack you could add more characters. I don't have that one because those character packs are super expensive. But but yeah, I mean this was one that's kind of went under the radar for a while. I mean, because it didn't go and like people still seek it um because it's been out of print for
Yeah.
a lot
It's
quite a while.
interesting because the Gears of War IP has been around for a long time. I mean, they're making a new game, E-Day, which I'm super excited for. Um, but yeah, the company for the video game just really like after three, which all three are amazing. Um, they made four and five, which just did not really do well. Um, so I wonder why that kept like people because four and five just again, I don't think most people liked. So it's like, why are people looking for the board game?
I think
I
it's
don't know.
just because it's out of print. It's
Yeah,
something that you know people
this
want.
this could easily be one that should be picked up. I think like, oh God, what company would do a really good job
Probably,
with
well,
this?
you say really good job. If you don't say
Yeah,
that, then it's going to be
I
that
mean,
one company that does all those stupid video game IPs.
Steam Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steam Forge would take it, and then make it like a just a mediocre game.
Yeah.
but
No, this is a fun
I
one though.
think who could, yeah. I mean, Simon, I think could do it. Like they'd probably make it a lot of fun, mission based.
If
I
they're
mean, they
even
make
in
games similar to
business
this.
much longer.
Yeah, hey, as long as I get the stuff I'm currently backed,
Because
I don't care what
they
happens to
sold
them.
off Zombie Side and everything too, and that was a
Yeah,
cash
that's
cow.
true.
So who knows?
No, it's Marvel United now.
That'll
Like,
be gone before long too, probably.
probably. Um, all right. Well, I've never played this, and I don't think I'll ever get a chance to. So, but the video game is really
I
good.
have it.
So,
We can play it at some point.
nope, nope, never get a chance. It's just with it beyond my reach. All right. My number five, which I should have made my number six, in all honesty, only for one reason. But this was a game that I was extremely skeptical that it was even going to be any good, especially with the company who ended up making it completely tanking. But this, funny enough, we mentioned was picked up by Steamforge, which is awesome because I was really hoping that it would get some support because this game ended up being amazing and does a fantastic implementation of the video game, and that is Six Siege. Like I said, should have been my number six. See, that looks stupid. Number five, and then there's a six right after it. This is dumb. Um, but if you're not familiar with Six Siege, it is a squad-based first-person shooter where you are either on the attacking side or the defending side most of the time trying to defuse a bomb. I don't really ever see anything about with the hostage or area control. But the map that you're on, the defenders organize in such a way that make it to where it's difficult for the attackers to get in, and the attackers are trying to breach the map and either eliminate all the opposing side, or they are trying to fuse the bomb. Now, the video game is so um like hardcore because of just how quickly you can die, and whenever you're out, like if you get killed, then you're out of the match. And there's a lot of nuance and a lot of like skill that goes into the video game. So I was wondering, how are they going to try and implement that into a board game? And they do a pretty damn good job. This becomes a lot more tactical, very almost chess-like, because both sides clearly know where the other side is. Well, the defenders have like these hidden these hidden tokens until they are discovered on where they're actually at. But once all that's done, you can clearly see where everyone's at, and you don't have the chaos of the actual video game of trying to figure out where people are and the accuracy of shooting. But I think they do as damn near as good of a job as you could implementing this into a board game. It becomes a lot slower, even though the way you're supposed to play this game is with a timer so that you don't have the accessibility to sit there and think on how you want to move. You have a timer that you need to activate so many operators to move around, which will cause you to make mistakes, which is, I think a great addition to the board game. Um, but all the characters, all the operators, there's no like they have categories, breachers or tactical or disruptors, things like that. But as long as it's an attacking operator, you can pick your squad of five and hope that it works with synergy. All the operators, I think, fit the way that they play in the video game.
Uh-huh.
And just that accessibility of being able to pick whatever operators you want on your side, depending on the map you're going to, because all the maps are either really good for attacking or really good for defending, or it's like, oh, we're on this map. Well, I know that has an open lane hallway that has no obstruction, so I'm gonna take a sniper. So there's so much that goes into this that you just kind of get better and better as you play. Um, it they do a really cool job of kind of because in the video game you have this opening area that as the timer is going down, the attackers have like these little drones that they can move around the map to try and ping who the defenders are, and like, oh, okay, they put a a hard wall here. They have they have this operator, they have this operator, so communication between players so you know where you're going into and how to counter that. They pretty much kind of removed all of that so you're already into the fight.
Right.
So that was really cool. They made it to where it's relatively simple to play, and I mean your operators are just as squishy. Yeah, it's dice based, but the chances of you probably getting one tapped is high, which is pretty high in the video game. Um, it it's just the way that they actually designed this game. I'm like, yes, this is Six Siege, but it doesn't get so close that I'm like, well, there's really no point to ever play this. I'll just play the video game. One, the community for Six Siege is incredibly toxic. So because it has like friendly fire. So if you just piss someone off, they'll just kill you right off the gate, and it's like, all right, yep, this is who you are as a human being, just a walking fucking dumpster fire. It doesn't have any of that. It's just you and one other person that you're playing against. So you're not, there's no such thing as friendly fire. So it does a really, really good job of implementing the theme and the IP while not completely replacing it to where it's like, oh, I'll just never touch this. I'll play the video game.
Right.
So yeah, that's my number five, Six Siege.
All right.
Oh, and Steamforge picked it up because they went up to a certain year in what Mythic Games did. And I was like, oh, I wonder how many operators they've released since this section. And there were quite a few that Ubisoft had made for the video game. But since Steamforge actually picked this up, their latest expansion, I think, makes it to where it's current operators, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So as long as Steamforge just takes the rules and gets the operators to how they play and doesn't fuck up anything else, then I mean, I'd say they gotta, and they also got people their copy, which is nice because Mythic Games was super shitty.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number five is a game I showed you, and I know you like it. I don't you don't own it, but this one is based on a series of movies, and it's a deck building game, and it's a game that's kind of hard to find right now. A lot of people are kind of searching for it and stuff as well. Um, and I think it's the best in this series of games, and that is Legendary Encounters, an
Nice.
alien deck building game. Um,
Is this one hard to find? Really?
yeah, it's
Oh,
getting harder and harder to find. Like people are wanting it. All they see I have it. They keep sending me stupid trade requests and crap on stuff. And I'm like, it's not for trade.
why do
But
you keep yeah, why do you keep asking?
but but yeah, this one lets you play through the Alien movies. Or you can veer off. You don't have to play through the movies. You can pick your own stuff, but I think it's the best when you play the movie. It runs you through the objectives. Um, you pick a certain number of characters from the story and or whatever version of that character, and you shuffle them all up, and that kind of makes your recruit deck that you can recruit cards into your deck. And the thing that these legendary encounters also adds are these things called avatars. So you pick an avatar that's who you are. So you're not actually one of the main characters. You're like just another person, but they have a special card that goes into the deck, and you have health points, and you're trying to get through your objectives, like what you would like. I can't remember all of them right now, but you're working your way through, and there's different hazards and different things that take place. The difference with these are, and what makes it cool with this series of movies being part of this game, is the fact that you can the cards come in face down off the threat deck. So they come face down, and then there's these little scan numbers depending on how far down that track are. And when you play cards out of your hands, if they have attack and currency on them, like recruit points, you can spend some of that attack to flip that card over and scan that room and see what it is. And that comes with risks, because some things, if you scan and catch them, they could be a face hugger, or just different stuff like that. And once they get down into the combat zone, then they'll start actually hurting you. And it's
Those
just it always
face
plays.
hugger minis are really cool that that
Yeah,
person has.
yes,
Those eggs. That's
yeah,
neat.
that's very interesting. Um, so I have all mine sleeved in the green cards, and green like that to kind of match everything. But yeah, I mean, this one just it's just one of those. It's just kind of nice, Like I used to have all the legendary Marvel crap, um,
Mm.
but it was just kind of like going through the motions. These encounters do a better job of adding more theme into it, and then this alien one actually really hits. As far as all the encounters ones I've played, this one has been the one that's felt most like the IP that it is borrowing from.
Yeah, I would
So
agree there. I mean, obviously you could throw in Legendary and Marvel, and it's like it's all the Marvel stuff. But I never really felt like those characters played like those characters in
right.
that game. But yeah, I would say that this hits like the beats of the movies. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
good pick. All right. My number my number four, um, is I think, man, I don't think you've actually played. No, you've played one game on my list, I think. But this might have been one of the earlier IP games that I got, and it actually was one that I would much rather play the board game version of than the actual video game. And that is This War of Mine. So this War of Mine is I mean, the way that this game looks is pretty much how the video game looks. Just kind of like a point and click uh, section where you are trying to survive in a war as, all these different civilians that are bunkered up in this house. Um, it does a fantastic job of the beats of the story and the beats of the gameplay that the video game does. But I remember trying the video game, and for some reason, I just couldn't really get into it. I think the actual feeling of playing this just kind of lets you get a little bit more immersed. You're not staring at a screen. You're actually like just kind of physically looking at these components that whenever you go out and scavenge during the night phase and you come across, certain sections that are a story that you have to go in and read, just physically reading it, I think is also a little bit easier to get immersed into what's going on than the video game because the video game is not like audio dubbed. There's not like cutscenes or anything that would pull you even more. It's a pretty one-to-one comparison between this and the video game. So I don't know. I think this one just kind of pulls me in more than the actual video game. But in terms of what you're doing, it is pretty much the exact same. You are going to two sections of the house, dismantling it to get resources, using those resources to build a bed, like a shitty bed that doesn't, at least it's not sleeping on the floor. It's coming up with ideas that might be a furnace that you use books to burn to keep you warm so you're not dying in the winter. You're sending certain people out to go and scavenge resources that you might have to fight and you're not even controlling one specific character. And in the board game, all the players are controlling all the characters. You're just kind of programming them in certain ways to be like, okay, this one's going to go clear the rubble in the basement. This one is going to go sleep because they're depressed. This one's going to go make food, and this one is going to go be the one to go out and gather resources. And this one is going to defend. Um, so we're not overrun by people, bandits coming to attack the house. It, I mean, out of all the ones on my list, I think this one and maybe another one is the closest to the video game, but I think this one I would much rather play. One, because it's cooperative. I can play with someone else and share the decision making and the storytelling versus the video game that's just single player. Um, so yeah, I mean, this one just does so much in terms of like its theming, which is just becoming more and more reality as
Yep.
time goes on. Uh, that I remember when this came out and people were like, "How can you have fun? How can you have fun playing a game like this?" It's like, because I can disassociate. I can, because I understand that it's a game. but it's a unique one, especially the way that they tried to teach it. They tried to have you just open the box and just go and learn the game as you go on, and you find more rules as you're scouring the book of scripts. Which I think with the re-implementation, like what they're doing on the remake, I think they got rid of that.
Yeah.
From what I could see, I think it's an actual rule book. But yeah, this one is amazing. I really, really enjoy it. I want to kind of redo it because it is a campaign over the course of 3 days, I think is what it is. And I kind of want to redo that for the channel just because it had been so long since I've touched it. So I think it'd be a solid one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is my number four, this War of Mine.
All right. Well, I meant to say this earlier. You have played every game that's on my list, besides Gears of War.
Okay.
So, so my number
You have
four,
played one on my list, I'm pretty sure.
my number four is in the same genre as your number six. Um, and this is the card game version of it.
Ah,
Well, not
okay.
not the card game. It's not, but
It's not War of the Ring, the card game.
no. It's Lord of the Rings, the card game.
Nice.
So this one goes off that same, going off of the books and the stuff like that. Mainly focusing on because the entire world, all those sets that you get and stuff are in that world. But as far as the stuff like the movies and the books from
Hmm.
that would be those saga sets that have come out for this that runs you through the Fellowship and the Towers and the Return of the King and stuff. But this one, it's all card based. You have deck construction. You're going to pick a couple of characters, and you're going to run through whatever scenario you're going through. And there's several scenarios in a box. This one also has the deal where this one is outstanding solo. So this one you can play solo over, a game like War of the Ring and stuff like that.
Hmm.
You really can't, um, but this one, yeah, it's especially with this revised because they came up with this revised core set, that brought in a little bit of different stuff to it, and it streamlined a little bit of stuff, so it made it to where it wasn't quite as convoluted, and you didn't have to do as much deck construction between scenarios. I think that was the biggest issue because I had all this original stuff for this, and but it was such a slog because just between each scenario you had to totally rebuild your deck.
Yeah.
This one they've done a lot better because they had those one pre-con decks that you could buy when the revised stuff all came out, and you're pretty good at running with those. I mean, there are a little bit of tweaking here and there maybe, but you could still win with one deck through several scenarios. um, and having those little campaign boxes that run through the movies slash books, that adds a little extra chunk to it because you have the ring and Frodo that somebody's carrying around or having with their character and stuff like that. But this one is my Lord of the Rings game of choice as far as IP goes. Even though there's a lot of good Lord of the Rings games out there that cover a lot of different uh, types of games and
Hmm.
stuff, but this is the one I get the most out of when I play it. So
Nice. Yeah. I mean, I imagine if this one's on your list, I can think of a few others that are probably gonna also follow up. Um, yeah, between Lord of the Rings, I mean, there's Lord of the Rings, what was it? That the one that was basically Mansions of Madness, but they
Journey to Middle Earth.
yeah, Journey, there's that one that I know a lot of people like. There's this one, War of the Ring. I mean, I still have Middle Earth Quest. Like
Yeah,
that was like my very first trade that I ever did. Um, I have not touched that game in like 10 years. So that one's there, but yeah, I mean, I think between this one is very solid in terms of having that IP.
because I mean they have the trick taking game. They have the Duel for Middle Earth. They
Yeah,
have
that's
they
true.
have all these different stuff. But yeah, yep. So
Cool. All right. My number three is actually funny enough, from the exact same video game company, which is I think 11-bit Studios. So they made this War of Mine, and they also made my number three. But this one I think is just it's so insanely hard, and that is
Yeah.
Frostpunk, the board game. So if I'm not mistaken, I think Adam Kwapinski is also a designer for Awaken Realms games. And I cannot remember if who designed this War of Mine. God, this War of Mine came out in 2017. Okay, it is not Adam. I don't know that Adam Kwapinski, that name definitely sounds familiar. But yes, 11-bit Studios, both of their games, their board games made my top five just because I think that they translate extremely well into a board game. So, this one's almost kind of exactly the same reason why I have this War of Mine on. It re-implements the video game, but kind of again makes it feel more immersive than, I mean, one, table presence is awesome, but it hits those beats so well that because it's cooperative, it makes it a lot more fun to play versus the video game that is just, your own kind of survival city builder. It's not a city builder, but like you're just building different buildings that will help you try and survive from the day to the next day. And you're doing the exact same thing here, but because you're playing with someone else, those decisions might be different. You can actually come up with different strategies and just be able to hopefully do better each time. Now, what the video game does is it actually takes away a lot of the bookkeeping on people getting sick or laws that need to be made, which you still make those decisions on, but you don't have to kind of track on a track sheet the health and the resources that you need. All that's done that makes it a lot more manageable in a video game. But because of all the physical aspects that this board game has, you're invested a lot more. It pulls your attention in different areas that normally would just be kind of automatically ran for you. Um, this one does that same Robinson Crusoe element that I think is really cool, where it's like you have an event, you make a decision, and then it goes into the event deck, and you have to deal with the repercussions later based off the laws that you pass. That's going to change people's attitudes towards you, but there's pros and cons to the decisions that you make. An example I always give is like one of the laws you can pass is child labor, which, hey, if we allow child labor, that gives us more workers, which we need to go out and help run some of the buildings. But that means we actually now have to feed them and we have to house them. If you don't do that, and it's gonna piss people off because they don't want their kids working. Um, but if you don't do that, then yeah, you don't have to house them, which is nice, but you also are really short on workers, which is also very important. And that's just one example of the laws that can be made. I'm very curious. This is also based off of the first video game. They just released a Frostpunk 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm not entirely sure what the difference between those two video games are, but I am very curious to see if Glass Cannon Unplugged does any type of, expansion that incorporates more content to the board game. But man, like between those two games, this War of Mine and Frostpunk makes this War of Mine, it's like a cakewalk. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is for babies. Frostpunk is brutal as a cooperative game. Like I've done better each time I play, but as soon as one child dies, it's like everyone's morale drops. It's like, all right, well, we were doing good, and then someone died. And then disease gets rampant, and it just snowballs from there.
So Adam Kapinski did Lords of Hellas and Nemesis.
Okay, all right. God, I remember Lords of Hellas. That
Yeah.
one was a weird one.
But he did
Um,
the Nemesis and Nemesis Lockdown.
got it. Okay, he didn't do the retaliation.
It doesn't have it listed.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, yeah. So it is. I mean, Nemesis is really good.
He helped on
I thought,
Terracotta Army. He helped on
oh, that one's also a
Lagrange,
pretty solid one.
Deluxe Master Set,
Nice.
Horror on the Orient Express. That's one
Oh,
that
yeah, that one's
will be
coming out
coming.
soon or at some point.
So there's a few.
Okay, good deal. Uh, yeah. So it's this kind of like again this War of Mine doesn't really completely change from the video. Like Six Siege, I think, kind of does a really like a great example of oh, they took elements out of the board game that are in the video game, but that streamlines it so it's different enough. I think what makes this one and this War of Mine work so well is it pretty much keeps the exact theme and gameplay, but because it's a physical medium and turns it cooperatively or cooperative, that enhances the experience in the board game version. So
Yeah.
that's why it's my number three, Frostpunk.
By the way, he I had to scroll down a little bit. He did do Retaliation also.
Okay, I was like, oh, that's weird that they pulled
Yeah.
them out of that one. Got it.
All right. So my number three, I would assume will be on your list at some point. So this is probably the one that you said I played. Uh, this one is not a video game that I have a lot of experience with necessarily. I mean, I've played some games in the world, but it's mainly that built onto a system that I really enjoy, and that's Elder Scrolls Betrayal of
Nice.
the Second Era.
I thought this would have been higher with you being a chip theory bitch. You could
It
just been
would,
like,
but like I said, I haven't done a ton of Elder Scrolls stuff.
that's true.
So the other ones up there I've had a little bit
You
more.
should play the Oblivion remake. It's really good.
Really, I played
Yeah,
Oblivion. I played Oblivion back in the day when it came
yeah.
out on the
The
Xbox
remake
360.
the remake somehow kept the vibes of the original, but just made it better.
Yeah, yeah, and I only dipped my toe in Skyrim. I never did do much of it. I did
Gotcha.
some. I guess I didn't do I did Ultima Online, not
Oh, the Elder
that
Scrolls
stuff.
Online.
Yeah, so anyway, this one, it takes that too many bones system and cranks it to 11, adds a bunch more stuff, more theme, more world traveling, more of a campaign kind of stuff. Uh, I guess. I mean, a little more than too many bones, but and this one's just fits. I mean, and like I said, with not having that much experience in this world, I still feel like it does a good job. And you've probably done more Elder Scrolls stuff than I have, but you have your different parts of the world that you're traveling to that have
Hmm.
different environmental things or different stuff. There's different delves you could go into, but your characters do such a good job of upgrading and doing interesting things with your characters. Um, and just that system of slotting stuff into your ability deal, and building up your powers that way and stuff. That's just a really neat addition as well.
Hmm.
Um, and it's a difficult game for the most. I mean, some of those, and well, the quality of life improvements help with that though, because of like
Yeah.
the baddie chips, are double sided, so you don't have a ton of chips like you do in Too Many Bones. Your ones and fives, or ones and three,
One's
or
fives,
ones and fives, and then like
no, yeah, it's 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20.
yeah, so the one and threes are together, and like but it cuts down on the amount of chips that you have.
Yeah.
But there's so many different worlds coming. There's obviously going to be more just
Yep.
because of how the box is laid out.
Well,
Even
what's
this little,
neat. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, just even this little magnetic deal is better than what Too Many Bones has with their little turning the chip thing in the map
Yeah.
type deal. But having that magnetic thing where it's upright so everybody can see is nice too.
Yep.
But yeah, go ahead.
What I was gonna say was they did a really good job of taking this IP and it's so far removed from all the video game stuff that it's not just like, oh, I'm playing Skyrim. It's like we're in Skyrim, but and the lore is from Elder Scrolls, but it is not even closely like none of the events of like the Dovahkiin from the Skyrim world or the whatever you are in Oblivion, none of that is happening. And I think that was a smart decision from them because the Skyrim board game exists and it's like, why? Ew.
Yeah.
Um, so I really like that. I mean, spoilers, like this is my number two. So,
Oh, really?
yep,
Okay.
yep. So it's right up there. There it is. Hey, Elder Scrolls,
Yes.
a crossover, Betrayal of the Second Era. Um, yeah, they I mean, it clearly feels, Skyrim or not Skyrim. It clearly feels Elder Scrolls. Uh, but I really like how they actually did the campaign because it's just a three-section campaign, and it's like you, depending on the guild that you pick, that's the one you're doing. So depending on which region you're in and which guild you pick, that's the story you're going to start with. But then you kind of can make a decision at the end on in which direction you want to take it, and that might bring you to a different area of the world. Um, but you're still fun. So there's a ton of replayability
Yes.
just in what's in it right now. And it's too many bones, but with actual combat depth,
Hmm.
maneuverability, and your characters can be built in completely different ways, but all of the races and stuff are pulled from Elder Scrolls, which a lot of people made clear whenever we were talking our review. They're like, well, they can't really like all the races that are there are there.
Yeah.
Um, but I really like the fact that you can just, I mean, however you want to make your character, you can be a archer assassin if you want to go that way. You could just do sword and board, and
Maybe they could add more like of those, like your skills
yeah, the
and
skills are what
stuff.
they could probably add the most
Yeah.
of. Um, because again, it's not really like a tech tree or it's not like a constellation like it is in Skyrim. It's a sheet of the different dice that you might add, which is really neat. Or the different classes. They could probably add more classes. But I know Valenwood was the Kickstarter one. Elsewhere which is where the Khajiit are from. That's going to be coming. And there was another one. There were like two where it says expansions coming or something in the rule book. But I know Elsewhere was one, and then there's another location. But
Interesting.
in terms of expandability, that would probably be it, which I think is perfectly fine because, like I said, there's so much to it, and the delve system I think is awesome. This is just a better Too Many Bones,
It
really,
is,
in my
but it
opinion.
takes longer though too. So
Yeah, that's true.
so I think if you're in it for a good long play, then this is
Hmm.
good. But Too Many Bones is a little shorter.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as obviously I agree. I think it nails the IP and does something completely different. Like you're not playing Oblivion, you're not playing Morrowind, you're not playing Skyrim. It's just utilizing the lore that is very heavy in all of those. Like there's tons of lore for the Elder Scrolls games,
Yep.
and throwing it into something completely different, like which is awesome. So yeah,
Yep.
I mean, that's my number two. That's going to be
Sweet.
our only crossover.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think so. Because I know you're not going to cross over with my number two. My number two is a game I talk about here and there. It's based on a TV show,
Okay.
and you don't like the game.
Oh,
That is,
oh God.
and that is Spartacus. This one, this version, because the other version isn't based on the TV show. It's its own deal. But this older version of it that's based on the Stars uh, cable TV show that lasted a few years. Um, you feel like the show. Like if you watch the show, you play this game. There's a lot of stuff from the show you bring in it. Plus, the card art's actually from the show. So any of the characters you see in the show are on there. In there, a lot of the inside joke kind of thingies that you see in different slaves and different characters. That even the people that you control, the dominus that you take care of, are people in the story and the show. So you get a lot of the show into this game. Um, I think if you this is one of those instances where if you watched all the show you probably would get more out of the game just because some of those characters you can kind of play them and kind of almost kind of role play them that way. You can kind of see where their individual special rules for each of the dominants, where they come from, if what this guy's goal is, um, and different stuff like that. The guy up there at the top is all about money, so he's like trying to get money constantly, doing all kinds of scheming things, and everything. So some of them are guard focused, some of them are gladiator focused. It just depends on how it goes. But yeah, as far as TV show stuff goes, and this one's kind of right up there. And like I said, if it's this was I don't know what your release schedule is going to be like, but this was also on my polarizing list because but it's one of those things that you if you watch the show, if you enjoy the show, it helps with the game. And I feel a lot of the TV show in this game whenever I play it. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
I could definitely see that.
I don't know I don't know how far into the show you made it, but
When was he replaced?
for season one,
It was after season one.
yeah,
Okay, then that's how far I made it.
okay. Because yeah,
So
the guy on the cover isn't even the season one guy.
no,
That was
that's
the new
the
guy.
was he the one? Did he finish out the show?
Yeah, he
This
finished it
that
out.
one? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
season one died of cancer, right?
Yeah, well, I don't. Did he end up dying? I knew he had leukemia or something and ended up leaving. I
Okay.
don't know if he ended up actually dying, but he
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
act anymore. I may be wrong, but I don't think he passed. I think he just
Gotcha.
gave up the role because of health reasons.
Sure. Yeah, I remember that being the case. But no, I don't even think I finished season one.
Yeah. Hey,
But
it's
yeah.
getting ready to come back. The House of Asher is getting ready to come out later this year.
Oh yay.
If you know
Sure
who
it'll be
Asher is, it's going to be intriguing to see how they do that.
no one
Uh,
knows who Asher is.
I
You're
know
the
who
only
Asher
Yeah,
is.
you're the only one who's watching the show. Somehow
He
they
was the
made it for
sniveling
you.
weasel gladiator that didn't have any allegiances. He just screwed everybody.
Like literally or
No, like he was just the weasel. He would turn his back and like backstab people constantly, like on both
gotcha.
sides and everything. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But anyway, that's my number two based on the television show Spartacus.
Whatever happened, so there was like that really bulky guy that was sleeping with the redhead, the gladiator. You remember him? What was his name? He was
Uh,
like
the only one
there
that's
was
coming
like
to my mind is Gannicus, but the other guy, yeah. I mean, I can't think of his name right now,
whatever
but
happened to him.
like in the show,
Yeah.
do you want to know?
Yeah, yeah, I don't care. I mean, I just
They
like
pretty much all die.
do
I
they?
mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. They're pretty much all dead by the time the show's over.
Gotcha. Um yeah, I remember one scene where it was like the big African American gladiator. He had like his lover. They were trying to escape together, and then I think his lover was hung. Like they were caught, and I think he was stabbed multiple times. I think he was
It's
killed
very,
though.
very gruesome, very graphic, but you
Yeah,
know, but yeah, I enjoy it. So,
tons of sex.
yep.
There you go. All right. You have any guess on my number one?
Gosh, give me the what is a game, a
It's a
genre?
video game,
Oh,
or
is it a recent video game? Like a recent release?
the board game's recent. The
All
video
right.
game
I
has been out
wondered
for
if
a
this was
while.
going to be on your list because it's the nice little it starts with an S, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So my number one, Slay the Spire.
Yeah, I wondered when we were talking about this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I mean, it's like in terms of like the IP, I much prefer all of these IPs more than Slay the Spire, but this one took me by such surprise that it's no I mean, in terms of like how much I it was gonna like it, because I remember when this was announced, I was like, okay, I'll just play the video game.
Right. That's how I still am.
Because the video game is I mean, it's a board game, like it's a deck builder. So, like, of course it's going to translate well to the board game, but the fact that they made it cooperative and how much you actually cooperate with your like with your fellow players and that was like from the get-go. Whenever I was learning the game, it was immediately like, oh, okay, like I can do this and that'll help you get that, and then we can take care of this because he's about to do this. It just really stuck with me. And they capture that roguelike nature that every other fucking roguelike board game fails to do. And they nail it here because I mean it's hard. It's I mean the further into acts you go, the harder it gets, but eventually you just get a really good build going. It's awesome whenever you're like, because right now I'm in the middle of a game. We finally made it to Act 3, and it's like, oh, we're feeling good. This is a solid build between both of us. But then it's like it's not one of those cooperative games that once you're done, you're just like, oh, we beat it. Okay, I guess that's kind of it. Nope. Now they're like, oh, you finally beat the base game. Okay, add these cards, make these enemies tougher, remove them. They just have so many different steps
Mhm.
for you to make the game harder and harder as you continue to unlock more stuff for your characters that allow you to get more and more powerful. They they really captured um the video game version as well as just making it kind of a unique element. It's awesome. And the way they made it to where cards upgrade, it's not like you have a million cards off to the side, they're double-sided. So
Right.
they provide sleeves for you that it's like I'm gonna upgrade this card and you just flip it over and then that's it. Uh so um so that's awesome. And instead of you having to like constantly flip over like unsleeve cards to see what the other side, they have a separate book that you just look through that has all their upgraded versions.
Yeah,
It's
I would like to play this sometime just because I play the video game a lot and I'd
okay.
like to see what it plays,
Yeah.
co-op.
I'm very excited to see how what they do with Slay the Spire 2.
Hmm.
Uh again, it's it's like okay, because this one definitely succeeded. I'm wondering if they're gonna do what Frostpunk might do and hopefully like support it, cause or make a Slay the Spire 2 board game. That'll be interesting to see as time goes on. But as of right now, like I'm actually in the process of buying different matte sleeves because unfortunately the sleeves that they made fray on the side, which is awful, and they and you shuffle a lot. So those sleeves just kind of become really, really janky.
Ultra Pro Matte. That's
Yep.
your good. That's my
Yep.
go-to.
That's what's on the way. So, and again, there's not a million cards. So like one pack of 100 matte sleeves and you're golden.
Yeah.
You even have extras. So they have the four characters. The four characters all play radically different. They have the same base cards that you start with, but immediately you're already playing different because like everyone has like their deck of upgradable cards as well as a separate deck of like really rare cards that you can get. And then so yeah, the video game, but as a board game version that makes it cooperative, which is why like well, Elder Scrolls jumped in here because I really like the IP in the game. But like Frostpunk, This War of Mine, and Slay the Spire, all pretty much play like the video game versions, but making it cooperative and just makes it way more immersive. So with all of them, I would much rather play the board game than the video game.
Good.
So
Good deal.
that is my number one, Slay the Spire.
Good choice. All right. You know what mine is?
If it's Resident Evil, the deck builder, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's not.
Okay.
It was on my short list.
That's
If I would have done a top 10, it would have been on it.
yeah. Marvel Champions?
Nope.
Really? Okay.
Surprisingly, there's no Star Wars or Marvel on my list at all.
That is surprising.
Yeah, because Star
Um,
Wars, but yeah, this one, I'm gonna start my list off with a Corey Konetska Fantasy Flight game, and I'm gonna finish it with a Corey Konetska Fantasy Flight game. This was the first game that really, I think, broke through the IP barrier. Does that help you with anything? It's
uh,
Battlestar Galactica.
yep.
Because the IP games used to just be pretty much garbage until around because this came out in 2008. Um, and when this came out, this was kind of that first one. It's like, oh shoot, they can make good bit board games, uh, based on TV shows or movies or whatever. And this one still, I haven't played Unfathomable yet, but I've played this a lot back in the day. This was the one groups I was with favorite game, and we would play it almost every week. At there for a while, and I actually played this game before I watched the TV show, and still love the game. And it
Yeah.
got me to watch the TV show, and then I love the TV show. It's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Um, but yeah, this one has the whole hidden deal because you got your Cylons and your Cylon sympathizers and stuff. So at the very beginning of the game, everybody gets dealt out a card saying if you're a Cylon or if you're a human, and then you keep that secret and you're kind of playing the game one way, and then when you get about halfway through the game, more cards get dealt out. So either you're gonna have one the Cylon person, if they get the Cylon card, then that there's still just one Cylon, but somebody else could become a bad guy trying to wreck your stuff as the game goes. But how you figure this out is there's all these choices that pop up throughout the game, and you have to put cards into face down into this pile that you're voting on, and it has a different whatever the color is. It could be a blue check, red check, whatever. And if it passes, then something good happens. If it fails, you may lose morale or water or whatever. But what throws a kink in it is before the person goes through and counts the amount of numbers on these cards, two cards from the deck go in it face down. So they could be ones that could hurt you, help you, whatever, you don't know. And then when you start going through and sorting the cards out to see if your vote passes or not, then you're going to see things that are against you, and you don't know. It's like, okay, is that one of the human players, or is that just the luck of there being like the cards that got put in there randomly? Oh, there's four cards that did something bad for us. Shit. Then that
Right.
means, so it's just like there's this side, you're just side eyeing constantly people, and you can take it into your own hands. You can airlock people, and stuff like that, or put
Hmm.
them in the brig. Um, if you can, once the Cylon's outed, they're not out of the game. They're just constantly on the run doing stupid shit, trying to mess up your stuff and lower your morale and stuff before you get to that final location that you're traveling to. And it uses the TV show art. The theming for each character is fitting. It all
Hmm.
sets up. It's intense because there's space battles. You're out there flying your Raptors, taking out the uh, the ships. There's just all this different stuff that happens. You actually vote on who's the admiral and who the president is. And they're who make final choices on stuff. Um, Depending on what the kind of choices there are. The expansions add more. Mind you, it makes the game a lot longer and more convoluted, but playing with the expansions is actually pretty cool too. So you get another side ship that you can go back and forth to, and the ending location changes on one of them. This one is just fits the IP stuff totally for me.
Yeah.
And I know Unfathomable has a lot of the exact same stuff with it. Um, and I mean, obviously, I don't have this game, and I want to have it, but it's ungodly expensive to find these anymore.
Yeah.
So I just need to try Unfathomable and to get that gameplay, even though I prefer this theme over the Lovecraft theme.
Yeah, I mean, no, this is a fantastic pick. I didn't even think about it just because I don't own it. Um, but yeah, this was because all the other games that we talked about were already established IPs that people are getting the board games for.
Mhm.
This was kind of I mean, yeah, the Battlestar Galactica existed prior to the board game, but this one people played and that got them into the show.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think anyone's playing Marvel Champions and they're like, now I'll get into Marvel. It's like, yeah, you already fucking
What is
know.
what is
Like,
this Endgame and Infinity War or stuff?
yeah, I guess I'll watch, yeah, watch Endgame. Who are all these characters? Oh no, you got 10 years of
Is he good
movies
or
to catch.
bad? Is he good or bad?
Yeah, exactly. So um, it had, yeah, that impact of like, oh, maybe IPs can be good. And I mean, you still get a lot of really bad IP games that are clearly just cash grabs, but yeah, this one's extremely solid. And Unfathomable is this game just with a different theme.
Right.
So, yeah, this is a great pick. I probably should have had it on my list. Um, but I don't. So, so yeah. Um, and the reason why we ended up doing five is mainly because of just I didn't want to. I could have had top, 10 IPs, but four of them would have been like, yeah, this is an IP game. Um, so I wanted to
Yeah.
have more of a solid, like, well-rounded list.
Yeah. I could have made 10 pretty easy. These were the ones that hit the highest on it,
Hmm.
but there were still several I was in consideration with.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have any Star Wars or Marvel. Marvel Champions and Marvel Zombies was up there for me. I think
They
Marvel
were close
Champions
in
was,
consideration.
yeah.
Like the star, it would have been Star Wars. I was trying to decide because I only wanted one from each
Yes.
deal. So I was like, okay, do I put Star Wars Unlimited or do I put Star Wars Outer Rim? Those were kind of the two I was going on
Yeah,
and stuff, but I ended up just not doing either.
right. Nope, that's fair. All right, everyone. Those are our top five IP games. Let us know what you think of the games in the comments below and what your favorite IP games are. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.